We are Kentucky, Tennessee Living, and we are here at the Breaks Interstate Park located on the Virginia and Kentucky state line. The park is often referred to as the Grand Canyon of the South. According to the Breaks Interstate Park website, the park is home to the Breaks Canyon, which is one of the deepest gorges east of the Mississippi River. Today, we will discover the history of the formation of the Appalachian Mountains, as well as talk about the travels of Daniel Boone and how the first people, both Native American and later settlers, lived here. All aboard the Kentucky, Tennessee Living Time Machine. Please fasten your seatbelts and keep your arms and legs inside of the vehicle at all times. But to get going, we need your help. We still need to fire up the time machine to transport us. Please help us by clicking on the like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons down below. Not only does this fire up the time machine, but it convinces YouTube that we need a bigger time machine to reach more people who love history as much as you do. Now, back to our story. As we travel along the road to the Overlook, we stop and see many sights that are just beyond the trees from the road. We will also narrate the two signs that are located at the Stateline Overlook as we travel to the location. Stateline Overlook History. The following is from a signage on the path leading to Stateline Overlook. It is a narrative by Tony Scales, a geologist and author of the Breaks Canyon of the South, made possible by a generous contribution from A.M. Smiley Ratliff and the Radcliffe Foundation. Over 80 million years ago, the North African and American continents collided during the Allegheny-Orogeny mountain building event, resulting in the formation of the Appalachian Mountains. The landscape before you is the result of 250 million years of erosion after the breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea. You are standing at the northeastern terminus of the Pine Mountain Overlook Russell Fork Gorge, the Breaks. Pine Mountain extends for 125 miles southwest, and the Breaks is one of only 3 water gaps in the northwesternmost linear ridge of the Appalachians. Russell Fork preferentially eroded broken and fractured rocks along the Russell Fork Fault, which here intersects the Pine Mountain Fault, the leading fault of the Pine Mountain Overthrust Block, thus appearing to break through the Pine Mountain. The Virginia and Kentucky coalfields lie south and north, respectively. The Virginia-Kentucky border follows the crest of the Pine Mountain, but to the northeast of this point is simply a line 45 degrees from due north to the West Virginia border. The dominant rock type is a durable sandstone, which forms the spectacular cliffs of the gorge. Gentler slopes are underlain by soft siltstone shale and coal seams. Native Americans used the gorge and adjacent gaps for passage over 10,000 years, for hunting, foraging, nut gathering, and weird trap fishing, though no permanent settlements existed due to rough terrain. Daniel Boone and his hunting party passed through this area in 1767, the first time he set foot in what would later be the state of Kentucky. Settlers lived by subsistence farming, preferring arable flat lands such as Potter's Flat in the river bend below you, but also farming steep slopes where possible. Corn was the crop of choice, both for human and animal consumption, and to make potent moonshine. Beginning in the late 1800s, timbering and coal mining supplanted farming and continued to this day. The State Overlook sign. This is a huge brown sign that is posted that gives everyone the location and elevation of the Stateline Overlook. There is a map located at the bottom of the sign to help everyone to grab their bearings on the area. From this vantage point, you are standing in Virginia and looking into both Kentucky and Virginia. In a northwesterly direction, you are looking directly into Potter's Flat. Pine Mountain begins here and runs in a southwesterly direction for approximately 125 miles. The road that you are viewing is Kentucky State Route 80, which runs by the park entrance. The main boundary line for the two states follows the crest of Pine Mountain to the southwest, your left. The state line, orange, is indicated on the map below. Elevation here is 1,760 feet, and the river elevation at state line is 840 feet. We at Kentucky Tennessee Living would like to thank you for watching our video series on the Breaks Interstate Park of the Appalachian Mountains. Don't forget to hit that like button, as the more likes we receive, the more likely YouTube is to suggest our videos to other viewers. Also, to receive notice when we upload a new video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell notification button. We thank you for continuing to support Kentucky Tennessee Living as we are discovering the mysteries of Appalachian history.